The clock is ticking toward a potential government shutdown. With the deadline just days away, lawmakers in Washington remain deeply divided. Here's how things stand right now.
With just days before the government funding deadline, Congress remains at a standstill, raising the risk of a shutdown at the end of the month. Republicans, with President Trump's backing, are pushing for what's called a clean continuing resolution, a short-term bill to extend current funding levels without new spending measures. House Republicans passed such a bill last week, extending funding through November 21st.
The 60-vote threshold having not been achieved.
But the Senate rejected it, along with an alternative from Democrats. Senate Republicans will need some Democratic support, but Democrats say they won't back a funding bill unless Republicans reverse nearly $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts tied to last year's tax and spending package. Republicans say the Medicaid cut targets waste, fraud, and abuse. Democrats say millions will lose coverage. Democrats also want to extend Obamacare subsidies for low- and middle-income Americans. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries warned Democrats won't back a funding deal unless health care protections are ironclad and in legislation. Jeffries says if a shutdown happens, Republicans will be to blame.
If the government shuts down, it will shut down because Donald Trump and Republicans in the House and the Senate have made that decision.
And the White House is increasing pressure, telling federal agencies to prepare for large-scale firings if a shutdown occurs. In a memo Wednesday night, the Office of Management and Budget said agencies should consider cutting the workforce for programs whose funding would lapse and are not, quote, consistent with the president's priorities. Senate Republicans say Democrats are holding government funding hostage to push for nearly $1 trillion in new spending. Senate Majority Leader John Thune told CNN on Wednesday that Republicans have a bill ready to be passed, but Democrats are hijacking the process.
So this is a short-term extension of existing funding, current funding. The Democrats are trying to hijack it to get $1 trillion in new spending, and I don't think that's a very good deal for the American taxpayer.
For now, both sides remain entrenched. The Senate is not scheduled to return until September 29th, just one day before the deadline.
A new poll says Democrats and Republicans are tied